Game 5 of the NBA Finals, June 12th, 2023. And I've got 3 best bets for you guys today. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays for you. Just trying to help you make some money in this NBA Finals. And man, listen, we are coming to the close of another NBA season. Super happy that we were able to have a great and successful season. I'm sad that the season is ending, but we will be back next year with some more picks, more videos, and probably even a bigger community at this time. So I appreciate all the love and support if you've been tapped into these videos over the last few weeks and during the playoffs. As always, man, make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel so this way you're staying up to date on all the new videos and all the things that we're going to be dropping your way, especially during the off season. Yeah, we're going to have baseball on. Yeah, we might have some golf and stuff, but really building into college football season. I can't wait to help you guys make some money, and then we're going to dive into the basketball season coming back up next fall. And our video last week, Friday, we did finish off the week strong with a 2-in-1 day when we covered Game 4 of the NBA Finals. We cashed it on the first half under. Woo, boy, did we sweat that one out, man. I mean, the refs were doing everything in our power to get that one over. Jimmy Butler missed 2 free throws with 3 seconds left to let us cash in on the hook, so thankful I needed that one. We also did cash in on Jamal Murray assist. We did lose on the 2-team steamers. I did have the Heat plus 7.5 in that parlay. They obviously lost by more than that, but hey, it happens. Listen, you can see our year-to-date record right here. We're still killing it. We're going to finish off the NBA season over 500, so that's all we asked for. If we sweep the board today, we'll finish up with over 10 victories, over 500, so you can't beat that, man. I'm super happy that we were able to finish off the NBA season strong. So let's dive into the last 3 best bets that I have for this NBA season. Now, listen, you guys probably got a little hint right there. I said the last 3 best bets after this NBA season because that's my first best bet of the day. That's right, the Nuggets -9, -110. I'm like, who am I right now? Taking the Nuggets -9 before the game starts during the playoffs? You guys, if you know me, if you're tapped into my Telegram group, link is in the bio, then you know I don't typically put out spreads this big or I tail spreads this large because, listen, I just think you can always get live value. I think you can grab this game live, but I do think the Nuggets get this one done here. I've been a Heat fan in this series. I've been wanting to see them win, but truthfully, I think the Cinderella story is over. My biased opinions are over. The Heat, they're just outmatched, man. The Nuggets are way too good, and I just think that it all comes to a close today. Do I want to see the Heat win one more? Sure, because I want another day of NBA, but do I think they get it done? I don't think so, and if you look into the numbers, then it tells us if the Nuggets are going to win this one, then they're probably going to cover on the spread as well. Teams that are up 3-1 in a series are 10-5 straight up and 9-6 against the spread since 2003 at home in Game 5 of the conference finals or the finals. Now, that number does get a little bit smaller when we look at the last 10 years or so, as it's only 5-4 over the last 10 years straight up and 2-3 against the spread since 2019. But when you dive into the numbers a little bit more and you look at those 4 losses that I just mentioned, you can kind of see there are a few caveats as to why those teams that were up 3-1 lost that Game 5 at home. In 2016, Draymond Green got suspended in that series against the Cavs. They ended up going back to Cleveland, beating the Cavaliers there in 2016. In 2019, Kevin Durant got injured in that matchup against the Raptors. The Raptors ended up losing that game at home, but they went back to Golden State and handled business there. In 2020, kind of an outlier season because of the bubble. So, kind of take that with a grain of salt. And then 2021, Kawhi Leonard got injured in that Clippers and Suns series in the Western Conference Finals. So, Clippers weren't at a full strength there. So we can see in those 4 matchups where the home team did not cover or win the game, they all were specific reasons. Well, I don't think that applies to this series because the Heat are healthy and the Nuggets are healthy. The Nuggets have all their guys and they've been absolutely balling out. They should be able to handle business at home. And truthfully, it's just because the Nuggets have way too many options. In the first few games, the Heat had no answer to Jokic and Murray. You saw them turn up both in the first few games. In Game 3, Miami stopped everyone else, but they still end up losing that game. And then in Game 3, they stopped everyone else, but they lost to Jokic in his 40-point game. Murray was still balling in that matchup. And then Game 4, they locked in on Murray and Jokic, but guess what? Aaron Gordon beat them. Bruce Brown beat them, right? The role players stepped up. So that's really tough. Like, when you don't know know who's going to go off on any night, or when you don't know who to lock in and who to zone in on the defense, that's tough. Spoelstra's tried everything this series. He's tried to go zone. He's tried to go man. He's played around with the rotations. The Nuggets, in my opinion, just have way too many options, way too many threats who can turn up at any time. So because of that, I think they handle business at home today. And if you think they win at home, then you think they cover on the spread, in my personal opinion as well. Like I said, I think you can get this game a little cheaper live, maybe at like -6, maybe -5 if the Heat come out in the first quarter. They have been strong in first quarters so far this series. The +3.5 in the first quarter might be something that you want to look at. So you might be able to get them a little cheaper live, but I do think they should be able to cover this game by more than 9. So give me the Nuggets -9 on the spread as my first best bet of the day. Now for my second best bet, I'm running it back with Jamal Murray over 8.5 assists. We get a lot better value on this one at +102 on FanDuel. So this is a pick where I have to ride the trend, right? Similar to what we saw with Kayla Martin points in the last series against the Celtics, where he cashed in and went over in all 7 games of his points. Typically during the playoffs, you might find value like this, where you'll have a player in game 1 go over their total, game 2 go over their total, game 3 go over the total. Even though the total keeps going up as well, they keep going over the total as well. And I think this is a very similar matchup here with Jamal Murray, as he's cashed in on this assist prop in every single game so far this series. And I think he's going to go over again so far today. He's averaging over 10 assists a game right now in the series, including getting 12 in the last matchup. It is a closeout game, so you know he's going to show up, probably play a lot of minutes, 40 plus minutes in this one. And truthfully, if you watch the last game, the Heat want the role players to beat them. And I think they're going to implement that strategy again today. They're going to try to take away Jokic, they're going to try to take away Murray from scoring, and they're going to force the role players to beat them. And you know that means Murray is going to be facilitating the ball. I mentioned last video, according to advanced NBA stats, he's getting 18 potential assist opportunities per game. So because of that, you got Aaron Gordon, who might hit a corner 3, Caldwell Pope, who stretches the floor, Bruce Brown has been hitting 3s as well, and you guys always know Michael Porter Jr., even though he struggled with the shot this series, he's always going to let that thing fly. So because of that, I think Murray's assists, he can get double-digit assists again, so you might want to sprinkle a little bit on that ladder there at 10 assists, 11 assists, even on the double-double as well. That cashed in last game at +200 value. I called that out as well in the video. So I think there's a few different opportunities and angles that you can take on this one, but I believe Murray should be able to get the assist in this one, as it's a closeout matchup. He's been facilitating the ball this series, and I think that the Nuggets are just going to try to handle business at home and get this one closed out. Now, for my final and third best bet of the day, I'm going with a 2-leg parlay, a 2-team steam, and I'm going with Aaron Gordon over 6 rebounds and Kayla Martin over 4 rebounds. Depending on where you get it at your book, you should get to about +100 odds or so on this one. Now, Aaron Gordon, man, he was the breakout star of Game 4. He's been playing his heart out this entire series, especially on the defensive end, as he's been trying to help his team secure this championship, guarding Jimmy, guarding Bam at times, rotating. He's doing a lot. But I think Aaron Gordon, even though we saw the breakout offensive game last game, he's been handling the business on the defensive end, especially with the rebounding duties as well. He's getting the minutes, which I love to see. He's averaging about 36 minutes a game. He's grabbed at least 6 rebounds in every single game this series, including 7 last game, despite the great shooting. Typically, when you see a role player like killing it from the field, hitting a lot of shots, they slack off in other areas. Not Aaron Gordon. He's still been handling business, and you know Jimmy likes to do that little floater around the rim, likes to play drive around the rim. So that means a lot of rim opportunities for Aaron Gordon to grab rebounds. The total is low in this one at around 209. So I think he should be able to grab 6 rebounds in this one. Give me that as the first leg of the parlay. Now, in the second leg of the parlay, I'm taking Kayla Martin here. Now, Kayla Martin has been an interesting story so far in this series, because he was kind of snuffed out in games 1 and 2 so far. Like, he was killing it in the Eastern Conference Finals. Spoelstra didn't play him too much in game 1 or 2, but he started incorporating Martin back into the lineup pretty aggressively over the last 2 games. In games 3 and 4 of the series, he's getting over 30 minutes of playing time, including playing the entire 4th quarter of the last game. So he's on the floor, and you know if he's on the floor, Martin's really going to be out there trying to grab those rebounds, as he's been aggressive on the boards. He grabbed 5 rebounds last game, and he's had at least 4 rebounds in the 3 of the 4 games this series, even despite not playing a lot of minutes in game 1 and 2. And we also saw in the last series against the Celtics that when he was averaging over 30 minutes a game, that he was grabbing rebounds as well. He went over this total in 6 of the 7 games last series against the Celtics. So I expect him to play 30-plus minutes again today. So I don't think 4 rebounds is asking too much for somebody, especially when you see Max Strus struggling. Gabe Vincent has that ankle injury. Duncan Robinson has been doing okay. The role players has not really been stepping up for the Heat in this series like they did last series. So I think Martin is the guy that they're going to lean on to play more minutes because he adds a little bit more length on the defensive end as well. And you know he's aggressive on the boards. So give me Kayla Martin 4 boards. Parlay that with Aaron Gordon 6 rebounds. We should be able to get to about plus 100 value there so we can double our money and cash in as our final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. Like I said, I think this will be the last game of the NBA season. Hopefully it might not be, and I'm willing to lose one pick to say that, but guess what? I think the Nuggets should be able to handle business. Hopefully we can get the sweep. I do have some baseball picks as well today, so make sure you guys are clicking the link in the bio below, so this way you're joining the Telegram group. It's free right now. I have a Discord group coming, which is not going to be free forever, so make sure you guys are taking advantage of the free opportunities to come get some picks, to come get some plays and some analysis as we try to run the bag together. As always, make sure you're managing your bankroll. Make sure you're doing your research. I can't wait to hear some of your picks and your winners today as we try to make some money together. And as always, dictate your fate, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later. Let's get it.